button. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's Women Winning Wednesday Night Call. My name is Chanel Burt, and I'm a Senior Vice President, Circle of Champions member in this amazing ACN opportunity. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to this call as we host it every Wednesday night to be used as a platform to hear from some phenomenal women all over the world of ACN that has earned the position of Regional Director or above. This call was designed to be used as a platform so that we could hear from all these women that have a story for us to hear, that have some training that they want to bring to the table, women that we typically wouldn't get to hear from unless you were in their particular market, if you were in their organization. So we put this together so that we can hear from them and help more women rise through the ranks of the opportunity, you know, going from RD to regional vice president, gold, platinum, and ultimately senior vice president. Now, this call is led by women, but it is for everyone. So please make sure you are promoting this to every single IBO in your organization, people that have not yet made a decision to partner up with us, because they get to hear a different perspective or how they can build their business from someone who has done just that. You know, we are excited about everything that's taking place in ACN. This coming weekend, we have our final Game On virtual international training event this coming Saturday, and you guys can still get registered for that. It's $49 for you to register. It's going to be all day long, jam-packed with training from some of the top people, not just the top people in ACN, but some of the top leaders in the industry of network marketing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get registered for that. We just had our last Emerge event in Atlanta, Georgia. I know people are fired up. And our next one is now being promoted January 29th in Dallas, Texas. Okay, so we're excited about everything that ACN's putting on the table. 2022 starts now. We are not waiting until January 1st. We are starting right now. And I am excited for you guys to be on tonight's call, because if you don't know, the mission of Women Winning in ACN is to encourage, empower, and equip more women to rise through the ranks of ACN, okay? And the young lady that we have on the call today, man, I am fired up. I love when people can join from other countries so that you guys can really see that we are in different countries. ACN operates in 27 different countries today, guys. And we have the honor of having a regional vice president on the line with us tonight. You know, Miss Srimi Van Rossum, she is a powerhouse. Came into the business already successful in her own right and got promoted to regional vice president in just a little over 2 years. You know, she's a mom. She has a passion for helping people succeed in this opportunity because she knows the power of residual income. And so with that being said, I'm going to get out of the way. I want her to take as much time as she wants to so that she can be on the call with us tonight. So please help me welcome to the call, regional vice president out of Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, she is dialing in from Australia. It is already Thursday at 2 p.m. there. Okay. So when we talk about, you know, in some places, today is today, yesterday's today, and tomorrow's today. Well, listen, she's already in tomorrow today for us. All right. So I'm excited for her to be on. Thank you so much, Miss Van Rossum, for being on the call with us tonight.
Thank you, Chanel. What an amazing introduction. Thank you so much for inviting me to chat with your team and with all of the women winning environment. It's great to be here. It's a real privilege for me, actually, because being here in Asia Pacific, we don't often get to mix and mingle, as you said, with other parts of the world. So thank you so much for the invitation. I really consider it an honor to be here. And thank you for actually taking the lead in this platform of Women Winning, because it's a great way for us to gather together. And it's great to see so many gentlemen on the call as well. So I've just said to my team, hey guys, it's called Women Winning, but it's actually for the blokes as well. So great to be here. As Chanel said, so I am in Australia, but I'm actually going to tell you a quick story. And actually, Chanel, if I can share my screen, then I can just share a little bit of training. So I'm Sri Lankan born. I was born in this tiny island called Sri Lanka, which is at the tip of India. and then went to university in the UK. I graduated from Cambridge. I have a master's in economics, and I worked for multinational companies all over the world. So I was a board director at the age of 36 on a massive $250,000 income. And I was very successful in my previous career. And I loved connecting with Chanel because our stories are similar. We had a corporate career. We were successful in what we did. And when we got involved with this business, we had a lot of people kind of going, really? Do you want to get involved with network marketing? That sounds a little dodgy. So there were some real massive barriers for us to overcome. And I have gone through a divorce and, come on the other side of it. And 2021 has been a massive challenge for a lot of people, and I acknowledge that. But I have to say, for me, this has been a phenomenal year, not just in the business, but also for my family and my personal life, which has been amazing. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit about that background. So I quit corporate because I realized that, you can work for someone else for 40 years, retire at the age of 67 on a pension or a superannuation that will not give you the lifestyle that you want or deserve. Or you could spend 3 to 5 years building something on the side that will give you unlimited, growing, residual income for the rest of your life. So I quit that $250,000 corporate career to actually go into AC, and I do this now full time. As Chanel said, I got to regional vice president in 26 months, and we are really building momentum here just to show people the opportunity that is available in the middle of a global pandemic. So we have grown our team significantly. We've recruited, I think, over 170 people over the last 12 months and doubled the business despite the pandemic. And that's because, and I'm going to share with you just some simple tips on how we managed to turn that around. And I'm so excited because we have the opportunity to make a real impact, not just on women, but on people around the world. And that's really cool. So here's my family for you. I'll just share a little bit about them. I have 2 kids. As Chanel said, my son is 18. He's just finished school and he's going off to university next year. My daughter is 16. She's still she's going into year 11 in Australia next year. My new partner is based in London. He's a professor of cardiology. And so we are managing life between Sydney and London at the moment for the next 2 years, which is going to be exciting. So I want to talk to you guys on a topic which I heard trained to me a little while ago. And I thought it resonated with me, particularly when we talk about women, because I identified with the features and the characteristics of a lioness. So I'm just going to share this with you, particularly if you are in a challenging situation, you've had tough times in 2021, and I just hope this will be useful for you, because I really, when I look at our organization and the team we have, it's some of these characteristics that have helped us to build up to who we are. So I'm just going to share with you 5 characteristics of the lioness and to give you some tips on how you can build a business that is successful based on these particular attributes. So first up, a lioness is fearless. Now, people ask the question, are you born fearless? No, you're not. Becoming fearless is something that you have to nurture. When a lion cub is little, they are actually instinctively are trained to understand that they have no prey. In other words, they are ahead of the game. They are the king of the jungle. They have nothing to fear because what they stand for and who they are commands respect. And so it's an attitude of being fearless. Now, I know if you're a new IBO, often, people are terrified about going out there and sharing this with their friends and family because they worry about what will people think, what will they say, how do I get started in this, what if I get rejected? And these are all thoughts that go through your mind as a new IBO. If you had the attitude that, I don't have to really care about what people think about what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about any of that because what I am doing automatically gives me a spirit of being fearless and therefore commands respect. So if you could teach yourself some skills, and there are so many books on being fearless and this attitude of fearlessness. That will really help you to have the right posture when you are approaching someone. And Greg Provenzano, our co-founder and president of the company, teaches a brilliant training on the posture to have when you talk about the business. It's a belief in the system and a belief in yourself. And that will give you this sense of fearlessness when you talk to people. So it's time for us to take on the fact that we don't have to worry about anybody else in the jungle, because we are ahead of the game. We're actually stepping out with a fearless spirit to be able to achieve the things we want to achieve. The second attribute is that they take risks. Now you might think, well, there is no predator out there that will take on a lion, and to a degree that is true, but hyenas, when they fight in packs, if a lion is injured, or if they feel that there is vulnerability, hyenas will attack. Lions will defend their family at massive risk, and they will continue to fight and fight and fight and fight to protect and to achieve what they have to achieve, despite the risks that come at them. So when it comes to our goals and the things we want to achieve in ACN, we have to understand that sometimes you do need to make choices that to you might seem risky. You might have to give up your son's soccer game on a Saturday. You might have to, take time off something else you're doing. You might be working 3 jobs right now. You might have to step back from one of them to actually build your ACN business. And that might seem risky. But sometimes the lioness has to rise up and show other people who she is. And that means taking a risk. So if you have the attitude of being a fighter, wanting to actually move forward, then you have to kind of realize that there are risks that you're going to have to take, and you can fight and win, rather than sitting in your comfort zone and deciding, you know what, that's a little bit too scary for me. I don't think I'm going to do that. Lionesses don't do that. They will fight to the end. The next thing that often people don't know is that the lioness is actually quite creative and innovative when it comes to finding solution. So in the middle of the Serengeti, when there are massive periods of drought and there is no food, and the normal ways of getting food have shut down, lionesses will become creative and think about taking the pride towards water, coming up with solutions so that they can get animals that come close to the water, and so that they can feed and find food for their families. They become creative, they become innovative, and that's what we had to do in 2021. The traditional way of doing ACN stopped for the whole world. From really March 2020 last year, we had to stop PBRs. We couldn't go to people's homes. We couldn't gather in big sessions. We couldn't do big events. We had to cancel all of the global seminars and international events. And so for many teams here in Asia Pacific and around the world, that stopped their source of finding food. They just went, you know what, everything's dried up. There's nothing more we can do. But there were teams like Chanel and many, many leaders around the world that kind of went, no, we're going to become innovators. We're going to decide where to go and find that food. How do we change? How do we adapt? And we moved to this world of Zoom, which is absolutely phenomenal. And the teams that have thrived around the world are the ones that decided to become creative, to do it different, to learn the technology. I have a lot of people on my team, in their 50s, 60s, and they have decided, you know what, we didn't grow up with Zoom, but we have decided to learn it, adapt to it, and bring it on board so that we can actually learn and grow in this business. So are you a creative, innovative person? Have you decided to switch and change your mindset to grow this business? Because a lioness will always come up with ideas on how to feed her family. And that is something that we really need to learn as well. The next thing is that the lioness secures and gives protection to her family. So her 2 main roles are hunting and protecting. Those are the 2 things that a lioness does. She hunts and she protects. And for us in ACN, as women in ACN, we can really relate to that, because our job is to protect the team. And when people say to me, Srimi, how is it that you have grown this business to such a degree in the middle of this pandemic? How is it that you haven't lost so many leaders like other teams have? It is because I protect my family with everything I have. I protect the team, and I make sure that we are always being positive and supportive and encouraging and doing everything we can to protect the integrity of ACN and of our team. So when it comes to tough situations, when you have friends, family, other people, other teams saying to you, oh, look, this is nonsense, you can't do ACN, it doesn't work, it's a scam, nobody's buying these services now, go out there, get a real job. Stand up and defend your team, stand up and defend your company, because it is a protective thing that brings your team together. And if you are willing to take a stand and say, you know what, no, it's not a scam, this is going to work. This is my bread and butter. This is where I'm putting my faith. This is where I'm putting my trust. If you protect that integrity and what you stand for and what you believe in, then everybody else will. Because if you are fearless and you choose to be protective of your organization and of your team, then others will see that there is nothing that they can fight and nothing that they can do to change your mindset. So in this period of time, there have been so many people in our organization who have lost their jobs. In fact, we've had many, many people getting started who lost their jobs and therefore started in ACN. We have amazing sisters, Jenny and Alice Pan. Jenny was in the airline industry for nearly 20 years, lost her job last year with Emirates, got started with us and got to regional director in 9 months. Her sister started with her a month later. She got to regional director last week. And, their story is so inspiring. And my job and our job as leaders is to protect those stories, protect those people, and to make sure that the family is secure. So during this pandemic, we have had to do some extra work, supporting people, making sure they were okay in lockdowns and all of those things. But if you create an environment where your team feels protected and secure, they will never leave. And that's an important part of a job. And just like mums, our job is to secure the family. It's to make sure that my children are protected and that they feel safe. And that is part of what we do in the team as well. And finally, and most importantly, lionesses engage with the pride. Female lions don't hunt alone. The lioness hunts as a pack. Whereas lions will generally, if they hunt, they don't hunt often, but when they do, they hunt alone. Lionesses hunt in a pack, in a pride. And that is what we have done extraordinarily well as an organization. Every single one of my leaders knows that they have the back of the others. They know that they will be supported 100% in what they do and what they learn. And we share that knowledge all the time. So of my 15 regional directors on the team, 13 of them are women. And we really have each other's backs. We'll help each other in all situations, not just in ACN. When someone falls sick, somebody else is taking soup and delivering it. Somebody else is picking up medication. If someone's moving house, people are willing to run around and help, and picking up children from school. And all of these things is what makes us an incredibly strong organization. So you need to engage with your fellow leaders and your fellow team members, and you need to fight as a pack. You need to go forward in your journey as a pride, and that's what lionesses do really well. So I just wanted to share that with you, actually, and I've got one more slide, sorry, because those 5 attributes from the word arise. And the reason I wanted to share with you today, as Chanel said, they have already launched their journey for 2022. We are not waiting till the 1st of January to start our 2022 program. We're actually starting today. Because if you take on this characteristic and you say, you know what, it's my time. This year is my year. I am going to rise up and take on everything I have to take on, become who I need to become in order to move my ACN business forward, then that is the spirit that will lead you to success. So I'm saying to every single person out there, men, women as well, it is time for us to rise up. We have been shut down and locked away for 2 years. And we are an online digital platform with an incredible opportunity to offer people. We cannot stay silent, and it's time for us to actually rise up, come out, whether that's through social media, whether that's through, you know, talking to your neighbors and friends and whoever it is time for us to rise up, because ACN is the world's best kept secret. It can no longer be a secret. We need to get out there. We need to share this message. And as women, we need to become fearless. We need to not be listening to the voices in our head and the voices that are coming to us from outside saying, you know what, you're not worthy. You can't do these things. You're never good at this. You don't know numbers. You need to fight those voices. And you need to say to yourself, I'm damn good at what I do. And if I don't have a skill, I'm going to learn that skill. I'm going to get on every possible training call I can get on. I'm going to master these things. I am going to become the best damn student of becoming an entrepreneur that the world has ever seen. So our mandate for our team is to take away the negative thoughts and ideas that people have about network marketing. By the time I'm done, nobody will be saying, oh, is that a pyramid scheme or a scam? Because they'll be going, that company ACN, man, that's the company I want to work for. I've heard so much about it. They're doing great things. That's the organization I want to work with. Because that's what people say today about Google and Facebook. I would love to get a job with Google. Well, that's what they're going to be saying about ACN by the time our team is done. And we want to work collectively around the globe so that that name becomes associated with the greatest leaders and the greatest success stories. So I hope that was inspiring, guys. Just want to share a little bit of information with you on what we're doing. If you have questions, I'm happy to take them, but I'll hand the call back to Chanel.
Wow, 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 wow. I think everybody is sitting here. You know, I was getting texts from Melissa Street and she's like, I can listen to her all day. You know, like, you are so awesome. Awesome, awesome. And before I start to have a conversation with you, guys, really quick, what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and share this with you, because I think this is important for everybody to see, because I know a lot of people haven't. Let me go ahead and remove the spotlights really quick. Okay, because I really want to share this with you guys. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this screen, and just for a couple minutes, I want you to watch the story of who you just heard from, so you can see a little bit more, because I know there's some people on the fence today as well. And so I'm just going to play this for you guys. Okay, and just bear with us. It's only a couple minutes long, but I really want you to hear this. Okay, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I was a sales director in a global logistics supply chain company, and I worked in London, in New York, in Amsterdam, and in Hong Kong, and then finally came out to Australia. So I had a very successful career in the corporate arena and was on a six-figure income, and so to a lot of people that was success. In December 2007, something happened which significantly changed things. My 5-year-old son asked me to attend his very first kindergarten concert, and unfortunately for work, I had to go to New Zealand. So I missed that opportunity, and I had to ring him from Auckland Airport and say, I'm sorry, darling, I can't make it. To which he replied, that's okay, Mama, you never come. And so that was a very defining moment for me, and I was grateful that a friend introduced me to something called direct selling, and I started my business in the cosmetics industry. Well, as you know, when you get started in a direct selling business with products, you have to keep selling the product over and over again every month to make commission. There is no pure residual. As an economist, there were 3 things that really grabbed my attention. Firstly, we're in a $1.75 trillion industry. Secondly, we're an online platform, and the growing companies like Amazon, Airbnb, Uber, these are all matching people's wants to a service. And thirdly, it's pure residual income. We sign up a customer once, we get paid over and over. So it blew my mind, and that was amazing. The 24th of September 2018, it was the Melbourne Convention, and one of the leaders on my team was up on stage. And when she got started, she was quite shy and didn't want really to deal with people. And here, less than 12 months later, she was on this platform in front of 5,000 people, sharing her story, encouraging people. And in that moment, I realized it's about the opportunity to impact and transform thousands upon thousands of lives. And that really was a switch in my thinking. So in my corporate career and in the previous business I ran, I think I didn't have enough empathy, and ACN has taught me how to be empathetic. And the second lesson I learned really was that I have no excuses. I have a responsibility to get out there to teach, train, support, encourage as many people as I can and show them that there is an alternative to 9 to 5 for 40 years and have an incredible life. In my previous business, I was always worried at the end of the month whether we had sold enough for me to pay the mortgage and the school fees and everything else. But in ACN, I don't worry anymore. I'm not stressed and worried about myself or for my children. The second big difference in our lives is that the people that started the ACN journey with me just over 2 years ago are still with me, and I have built some of the most enriched friendships that I've ever had in my life, and it's been amazing. Number one, if you're starting out in ACN, have a very clear goal. It must be crystal clear on what you want to achieve from this business and share that with your senior mentor. Number two, never, ever, ever miss weekly training or leadership. And number three, do not listen to the negative people in your world who tell you that you can't do it. Believe you will be successful and believe in yourself. When I got started on this journey, I have to say there is no way that I've got to Regional Vice President in just over 2 years, if not for the amazing mentorship and training and support from the amazing leaders in the business. So I'm so grateful for the incredible leadership within ACN. I'm going to read a text message that I got from my son. I do love you and thoroughly appreciate how hard you work to support this family and our somewhat expensive activities. Kiss, kiss.
All right, I had to unmute myself, sorry. That was very, very important. It was important for me to share with everyone because I know there are a lot of parents that are on the line today, and people hear my story all the time. You know, when I got promoted to senior vice president, all I could think about was it was my son's birthday. I had missed just about every birthday, you know, since he was born. And I wanted people to hear your story and that little clip that little video of you, like an interview, because the thing that really made you decide to do something different was your son. And a lot of times, I know we talked about this the other day, as far as not letting your reason why be the reason why you can't do this. And I remember during my journey, we had different nannies, and my 4-year-old, I remember, and this was before everything was virtual. You know, we were going to home to home, and myself and Aaron, we were always out building a business in the evenings. And my 4-year-old, I remember his homework was wrong one day, and that kind of just set me off. You know, I said, I have got to get this done because I need to be with my son, helping him instead of somebody else. I'm his mother. I need to be there. There's no reason why my 4-year-old son's homework should be wrong. He's 4. But that was it. You know, that was it for me. Just like you missing that moment with, you know, your child, like it's a little thing, but a big thing that makes you say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have to get, and even for you guys that are in certain positions, but you are not at the income level that you are pushing for, right? Because positions don't pay you. Production pays you. And so there are some people on here where I know, listen, we are going into a new year and you are not where you want to be. And I always say, you didn't come this far just to come this far. You did not go through everything you've gone through to get to where you are today for you to just be here. You know, so I love that video of you. You know, when I saw that, I'm like, you are amazing. You know, so that's what I had said to you once I saw it. But it's so great to see, you know, you, and when we can have a leader from a different country be on here to really talk about taking full advantage of what we have. You know, you were successful to come into this opportunity. A lot of times people look at people and they say, oh, they need a job. They're looking for a job right now. Let me show them ACN. But not understanding the demand that successful people have in corporate America, the responsibility that they have, where their time, they just don't have the time to really be with their loved ones like they want to be. And so ACN is for everyone. So I know you said a little bit in your video, but if you can talk about like peaking up, you know, peaking people such as you, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think actually when we had the Game On event last year in August, that was my topic, was peaking and effective communication with senior leaders. And I think that again, it's that spirit of fearlessness. So no matter where you're sitting, you could have just joined ACN, you might not yet have joined, you could be a brand new IBO in your first few weeks, and it is terrifying to think of having to go and talk to somebody, even talk to your friend, never mind your boss or your CEO. It is a terrifying thought. And please understand, the skill doesn't come overnight. You have to teach yourself that skill. You have to talk to people, but the belief can come in a second. It can come in a moment. If you just spend enough time with the right people in ACN who will encourage you and support you and give you the words to use, you become fearless. You don't care about whether it's the CEO of a company or somebody that's running a massive organization. You will approach them and ask the question, hey, do you ever look at other ways of earning some extra income? It is a simple question. And remember, they can only give you one of three answers. Yes, I am. No, thank you. I don't know. What is it about? There's only three options there. So that's the three options they're going to give you. So you just have to be brave enough. And the girl that asked me to get started in ACN was on my team. I was in a previous network marketing company as well. And she's a very quiet, very shy, beautiful girl. She's 23 years old. And she would have been terrified to come and ask me about ACN. So she very gently said to me, hey, Srimi, you know, my husband's doing this thing in energy and telco, and you should take a look. That's the first thing she said. And I said to her, are you crazy? I'm Black Chat. I'm running a massive company. No, thank you. So a month later, she came again. You know, I told you about that thing. I really think you should take a look. She asked me for 7 months. Every single month, when she saw me, she just asked the question over and over. Hey, I really think, and you know what? Because I like her, and just to shut her up, I said, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll come to your house on a Sunday. I'll take a look at it. And I said to my husband at the time, you know what, let's go 15 minutes. We're going to be in and out. We are not joining this thing, whatever it is. We're just going to take a look and we're leaving. I saw the ACN video, and within 3 minutes, I went, I've got this. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be life-changing. Now, if Joanna had not asked me over and over, even though she was scared, even though I had said no 6 times, she asked for the 7th time. And I said, yes, fine, I'll take a look. I took a look within moments. I got started, yeah, and got to RVP within 26 months. So I would say, think about what is the worst thing that can happen if you were to approach a CEO or your boss or your boss's boss. You're in the car park, you're in the canteen, or you're somewhere and you're just having a chat, and you know they are highly successful, they earn a ton of money, and you're thinking, why on earth would they do ACN? Just ask the question. You never know who's going to turn around and say, actually, yes, I am. What is it about? And if you're too scared to tell them, just say, you know what? I want you to talk to someone. I'm going to give you the number of this lady called Chanel Bird. I'm just going to get you to ring her. She's going to give you a quick 10-minute conversation. You might like it, you might not. But can I do that? So if you're brand new, you don't have to do the overview. You don't have to do the presentation. You just have to say, do you look at other ways? Are you open to looking at other ways of earning some money? And if they say, sure, what is it? I'm going to get someone to call you because they will explain it better than I do. How easy is that? That is a simple conversation. And your heart will be pounding. And most of your brain will be telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. but you have to listen to the tiny part of your brain that's saying, this could change my life. And just step out there and do it. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, I think that helped everybody. We have so many phenomenal women in ACN that people just don't know about. I love you saying out of the 15 regional directors you have, 13 are women. Did you guys hear that? I know I wasn't the only one that paid attention to that part. However, listen, out of 15, 13 are women. That is amazing. And I always say, God gave us the ability to give birth. He gave us the ability to become a senior vice president. We have it in us. It's just a matter of us really just going out and doing it. But I think all the characteristics that you gave us tonight, as far as, talking about a lioness, everything was just so on point. And I know people are going to want to play this call over and over and over again, and using it for prospects as well, especially your video. I know people are going to be texting me like, where's this video? So I will we post that, in the comment section of the call that I replay. But you were awesome. We just formally met the other day. She's seen me online, guys, so it's crazy how that happens. But we were talking the other day and I'm like, you got to do the women winning call. And it's already Thursday there. So this is an amazing opportunity where we can truly build this all over. We just have to be fearless and go for it. When we're thinking, why would they want to do ACN? We really should be thinking, why wouldn't they want to do ACN? They need to do ACN. People need what we have, guys, more than you think. There are people right now praying for this. They just don't know it's called ACN. So.
Actually, I just wanted to say, just in closing, that Chanel said earlier on the call, we are already in Australia, we're already here in Thursday. We have already gone before you to know what Thursday looks like. You guys are still sitting in Wednesday night, but there is a team of people that have gone before you to Thursday. And we can tell you what Thursday looks like already on the 9th of December, 2022. It's the same in the ACN journey. There are people who have gone before you who can show you the way and tell you what success looks like. They can tell you what it is to be a senior vice president with an overriding husband who is also a senior vice president. What an incredible story that is. I'm just going to marry somebody who's a senior vice president just to do that. Okay, but anyway, so people have gone before you. They know what it's like on the other side. They know what that looks like. And you need to spend time with the right people so that you can lift your vision. I just wanted to share that.
Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. That, like, when we say that, that's a big deal on the Women Winning Wednesday call, right? And guys, they listen over there. She was telling me they listen to this. They watch the, playbacks and everything. So this is a huge call, and I'm just so proud of what we've done in just a little over 3 years for all of you guys to be poured into from so many different leaders. We have so many phenomenal people, guys, like she said, that have gone before you. And all you got to do is play copycat, follow the leader. That's it. So, what I'm going to do really quick, I'm just going to allow people to unmute themselves just to say thank you, just to say thank you, because
thank you.
You are amazing.
Thank you
so much. What an amazing call. It was
Beautiful Srimi.
thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Down under.
So much for you.
Thank you.
Awesome
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I have to mute now because everybody, they will be talking all night. But, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being on with us tonight. I can't wait to post the recording of this call because I know people are waiting. We have people on the West Coast I know that are going to be excited to hear about this because they couldn't get on at this specific time. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much for pouring into everybody on here tonight. It was over 200 something people on here listening to every single word that you said. But if you can just reiterate, knowing is not enough. You know, we must apply. Knowing is not enough. We have to do everything that she's been talking about. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I think so. And guys, you know, it's coming up to Christmas. You're going to be meeting your friends and family anyway. You've been in lockdown for a long time. You're getting out there. You're going to start seeing people. Just tell yourself, just every day, you know, just open your mouth and say the words, hey, do you ever look at other ways of earning extra income? Are you open to an opportunity? Just ask the words from everybody, all the time. And what's the worst thing they're going to say? No, thanks. You can live with that. You can live with that. Because if you don't open your mouth, you don't open your bank account. So you got to just open your mouth over the holidays. Make a little challenge for yourself over the next 30 days between today and the 9th of January. How many people can you talk to and just share this? Because you could change somebody's life.
yeah.
Awesome to be with you. Such a privilege to be with you guys. And thank you, Chanel, again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, a productive day. And everybody, please stay safe, stay blessed, stay healthy. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday on our Women Winning Wednesday night call. And make sure you continue to promote the Game On event because it is not too late. We will be all together virtually on this coming Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you guys. Let's continue to promote. Let's continue to build this opportunity and share the gift of ACN as we are in a gift giving season right now. Okay. So thank you again, Srimi, and have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.
Thanks, guys.